just leaving the camper park El Rancho and my friends, and I've done a little bit of research and I think I've found an interesting place to stop for the night. I'm going to get down there and I'm pretty certain I can park there anyway, but if what I think is true, it's going to be an interesting little spot. I'll have to get the drone up, but it looks like the wind's died down a little bit today and it could be quite an interesting day. Let's see how we get on. I'm off exploring. I was doing some research about the area I'm in at the moment. I'm just going through Carboneras now, and it turned out that where I did the filming at Agua, where the hotel is, where the abandoned hotel is, they filmed Peter O'Toole, what was the name of the film? Lawrence of Arabia. I had to think for a moment then. I've seen so many that didn't realise that so many films were filmed, so many movies were filmed in this area using this as a location. And anyway, so started looking and seeing the different movies and bits and pieces. And one of the locations is Agua de Amarga, which I've been to before. There's a lovely beach there, I've been there several times. And I was going to come down here anyway. And it turns out that a film called Sexy Beast with Ray Winston and Ben Kingsley played their parts in it. Great film. But then when did Ray Winston and Ben Kingsley ever be in a bad film, you know? So, but it turns out that the house that they shot a lot of the movie in is up on the hills, just to the side of Agua Amarga, and it's actually what appears to be less than about 100 metres from this wild park up, which is up on top of the hill, up on top of the mountain. Well, not really a mountain. It's up on top of the hill just before you get to Agua Amarga. Very, very wild spot, nothing down there, the sort of place I usually love. And if I keep pausing, it's because of these humps. Quite slow through here. Yeah, the sort of wild camping spots, you know, sort of wild place I like. Hang out on your own, no services, keep it clean, all the usual stuff. But what I'm thinking I might be able to do, if I can get the drone up, I should be able to get some footage of this place. Now, the images from Google Maps suggest that this is definitely the place. I can't find anything that's even close to it. I've actually got the film downloaded and I've just watched a little bit of it, which gave me a few clues as to where it is. Come on, matey, are you going that way? Okay, yeah. And I think I've got it nailed. I think I've got it pinpointed. So I'm going to get myself down there, see if I can get myself down to this wild spot, which apparently is quite a drive down this rocky lane, the sort of thing I'm used to, and we'll see how we get on. I don't know why I'm excited about this, but it's a great film. I don't know if you've ever watched it. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's really worth it. It's quite a funny film. Well, I've brought Van Blank down this tiny little lane, which has got some serious rocks poking through it, so I've had to come down quite steadily. I'm lucky I've got quite a high ground clearance, but the LPG tank is the only thing that sticks down. The water tank's well out of the way, the waste and what have you, so that's no problem. But I've come down here, and apparently the parking spot's over here near these ruins, and you can go down this track, but no. I think this is a little bit too much. I could perhaps get some rocks and build it up a little bit, make a little ramp, but no, I don't think so. That's nearly 2 feet there. Well, I could probably do it, but I'm not going to risk it. Why on earth would you want to rip the bottom or rip something off the bottom of your van? Well, let's wander over here. I'm going to have a look at the ruins in a moment. But what's just appearing over the hill there is Agua Amarga. Now, I've been there before, It's a lovely place. It's got a fantastic beach. Lovely little town. As you can see, halfway through March, weather's glorious. But the reason I came down here is because I happened to spot this. That was the house used in the filming of Sexy Beast with Ray Winston and Ben Kingsley. Just happened to do some research last night, found that it was in the area, wondered where it was because Agua is not a very big place. So I looked on Google Maps, started looking for the right shaped swimming pool. There it is. Did some research. Those were the ruins of the Cargadero Mineral, which was a railway, used to be a railway which ran 36 kilometres inland, bringing various ores, mainly iron ore I think. It was opened in 1896 and survived pretty much until post-Franco. It had its ups and downs, but after a while it was just deemed to be just uneconomic and closed. They walked away from it and left as it was. The little valley that I filmed was actually the railway line that went down to a loading point down there, and they used to load ships, and it was deemed to be the cheapest way to export or to transport these mineral ores from inland down here into this really sheltered little cove. And there you go, it worked. And then it stopped working and they walked away from it, turned their back on it. I love finding stuff like this. This was a complete surprise to me. I've been to Amarga several times. Excuse me. I've been to Amarga several times and had no idea that was there. And just for the sake of bumping into it, stopping, doing a little bit of research, I've discovered something which I've just driven past so many times. So I thought you'd like that. I thought I'd share that with you. I don't want to sound like some sort of movie buff or something, but as I was doing the research for the location Agua Amarga there's another location that is very famous, and it's from a movie that I'm sure most of us have seen, if not all of us. It's about an hour's drive away, so I think I'm going to make my way down there. I'm not sure you'll recognise it straight away, but once you're given a hint, you'll get it. Wow. Just wow. You've got to come and have a drive down here. Doesn't matter whether you're just passing by, passing through, touring in a car or a motorbike or a camper or whatever. Even if there aren't that many places to stop perhaps, it doesn't matter. Just come and have a drive through here. This is just amazing. Might be a bit of wind noise, but does that look familiar? Not sure if you're going to be able to hear me or not. This is a very famous film location. That rock is where the seagulls were in Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade. Sean Connery used his umbrella to scare them into the German fighter plane that was trying to bomb them.